So here we are for the director of all these beautiful mise-en-scène. How did you prepare this, and what are these papers behind you?
Do you want to answer that?
Sure.
Do you did the scenography?
Those papers are actually the copies of the real letters that were exchanged between the two lovers. So we made enlargement of some of them, and we blow them, and we copied them to fill the stage, because we thought that this correspondence between those two people were very interesting and a base for our setting.
And it was important to really to be surrounded by the real letters, not just any letters. They are the real letters. So like these people can really be next to them and experience also the codification and see. So they are inside this true story, this really Venetian Romeo and Juliet story.
And some of the letters are written in a kind of
Code.
calligraphy and code
Yes.
that only the lovers could identify, and then have found out which was the meaning of all the letters. But it's quite interesting to know about this love story and how in the 18th century people, two lovers, could use code as in the war, because code are used mostly in war if you have to exchange secrets, but these were secrets.
Love and war are sometimes very similar. So, you know, sometimes you need to use a lot of stratagems, you know, to go to your goal. So they knew what they wanted, and they wanted to be together. Unfortunately, society is not necessarily on our side when we're lovers.
And how did you put the letters here around? Like, for example, the code and the letters and the calligraphy that are very different from the girls and the boy, and to prepare this kind of screen in a church, on the back of the church.
Well, the goal was to change the setting to make the audience near the orchestra and near the singer. We wanted to have a real communion. Usually it's always the musician and the singers in the back, and the people are watching them from one point of view. By putting the audience on either side and to put a runway in the middle, we wanted to create this intimacy, that you could actually touch the singers and touch the musician, and to have them walk on this great walkway was a pleasure, because we are not used to see musicians.
It's important. It's a story of Venice. And it was important that anybody who is part of a performance become part of the story. So people could not be too far. You have to be part of the story. And this is why people tell us it's so touching, because when Andrea is speaking about the story, they are part of it. And it's this proximity that makes it very accessible, and that was very important for us.
And it is true, because you feel in.
Yes.
And that is the meaning of your screen, I think.
Totally.
And it's such a beautiful place, so it gives you the chance to see it from different point of view.
And also to have them, you know, when you go to a concert, the musicians are always in front of you, but they are not around you. They are not just there. And when we have this oboe concerto, which is fantastic, then they are playing for each one of the audience members. And this is what's important for us.
That is in small, how they do in the big concerts with pop music, that the musicians and the singer is among people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. But this is why, you know, classical music is very accessible if we also make it accessible. It's our goal, and it's, you know, we want to make classical music accessible to everybody, that they can have the emotion. And if they have emotion, they enjoy it.
It's true.
Classical or not classical, you need to create the emotion, and for that, it's sometimes to change the setting and to change the way it's done. And this is what we're doing here.
Thank you.
Thank you.